The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised. Caution. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shay's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shay's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shay's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Hello, everybody. We are so sorry for the delay, but Dan Klaes is calling.
Callie's fault.
No, Dan's calling in from Bangladesh tonight, so it's via satellite.
That's right.
So there might be a little bit of a delay.
Not my fault.
Yeah, I.
He had to ride a donkey to someplace with a satellite, you know.
Okay. You know, because it's never Shay's fault. Never.
No. Actually, it wasn't her fault, so. I think Dan and I were the problem kids tonight.
No, actually, it was Skype, because it was Skype. Let's blame it on Skype.
Don't give him an out. It is, of course, Dan's fault.
Skype is always a good out, because it screws up all the time.
Yeah, nobody knows if you're lying or not lying.
Well, there's not a chance in heck I would want to be late for your show. I mean, come on.
No, of course not, because, I'm the cool kid, right?
That's right.
I wish
they
could see your face when I said that. You were like...
I should go off camera now. Yeah, probably a good idea.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
And then you see me pick my nose or something.
Yes. I won't tell. I promise.
All right,
well,
good.
No, I lied. I don't promise. I might.
She's going to be taking secret snapshots to use of me later.
Only
we screenshot
Kelly.
all the time.
Oh, yeah. I don't do it to guests, but I do it to Kelly.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
That's all right.
Yes. All right.
I've got lots of good pictures of her already, so.
Oh, I'm sure. You got to share them.
If and when we remember to take pictures.
Right.
I don't know if I feel bad for you guys. I don't know if I feel bad for myself or the listeners, because us three together could be trouble.
Oh, yeah.
We're really good.
Absolutely, yeah. Have
sure.
we told him, I mean, not that he needs any introduction, because, he is the man, the myth, the legend, but have we really officially announced who our guest is?
No, because he's Dan the Man. I don't think there's a person out there in the paranormal that does not know who Dan Klaes is.
I'm sure there is. There's got to be a few.
They'd have to be living under a rock somewhere.
Yeah, right? All right, Dan, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us something about yourself.
Yo, my name is Dan the Man, and I got a master plan.
There we go, see? What is
I own the
master
Hinsdale
plan?
house.
What's the master plan?
To
rule the world.
Yes, take over the universe.
Yes, like He-Man.
My ultimate goal is to keep building bridges. Building bridges, baby.
There we go. I know. Once I start
better
late,
to burn them down, my dear.
Oh yeah, burn bridges down. I'm good at that. I'm very good at that. Yeah, they're saying, who is Dan? I don't know Dan, no.
Yeah, we don't either.
They're being funny.
There's
They have
some-
laughy faces after that.
Some strange man we just picked up off the street. We
Yeah.
tell people he owns this haunted location, and they just believe us. It's all good.
Yeah. Hey, he looks pretty good in that beanie, so, you know, who wouldn't?
This is a Twisted Paranormal beanie.
I know.
Anybody ever hear of them?
No. Who are they?
The Twisted Paranormal Society? Really?
No, not really.
Come on now.
I got
They were
the
supposed to be the
Virginia
guests last
flu,
weekend,
and we
weren't
had
they?
to yeah, we had to cancel. I got the Virginia flu down there, and Brandon got sick at the same time last week, and we had to cancel because we were both like
Dying of
almost
the plague.
dead. Yes,
Gotcha.
It was bad. So they will be on very soon. I can't wait back on, but
Good folks.
they are great people. I love them. So.
I met them at Pennhurst like about 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
And what really stood out to me about them is, well, first of all, their placement. Okay, so this was a Paracon at Pennhurst Asylum, and I don't know if anybody's ever been in there, but in the Mayflower building, you know, it's old and decrepit, falling apart, and they placed these tables strategically throughout the building. In some of the bigger rooms, there'd be like 3 or 4 vendors, and then there'd be another group of vendors,
Yeah.
and then there's this team, the Twisted Paranormal Society, basically in a closet. They have the whole closet to themselves, but every inch of that closet was decked out with merchandise and marketing material. And I'm like, wow, these guys really care about their image and what they look like. And got to talking to them, and then I ended up they had a show on public access TV already, and I started watching their show. And it was just really good. I'm like, wow, this has got a lot of good quality to it. You know, this is these guys know what they're doing. They know how to really put together a show. They're great editors, and they're really interested in the paranormal field. So we just became friends. You know, when I was doing my podcast, had them on a couple times to talk about their show. And then when VidiSpace came out, they were one of the first people that I courted to bring on that platform. To get their show on the air on VidiSpace and on Amazon Prime and whatnot, and they've been flourishing with it and doing a really great job with it. So great
They're
people.
hard workers. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're really workers.
Sorry, Kel.
Oh, for what?
I think I talked over you. Kelly doesn't have the full hour to be here, so I will try not to talk over her for once because, she's such a dainty flower that I gotta be careful.
Shit. Yeah, dainty my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like Twisted Paranormal for the same reason I like you, because you're real, you don't pretend to be something you're not, you're down to earth, and you're both all nice people, all of you, all 3 of you.
Oh,
Them, Kelly.
she doesn't know you well, does she?
That's right. Hey, you keep bringing me back. I don't know, so I guess.
Yeah.
That's because you are the same sort of warped that I am. We get along well.
Yep.
I don't know that anybody loves us necessarily in the nice category, though. We're fun.
I think
We're
they
fun.
do. I think they love us.
I do too. They really do. There's a thin line between fun and nice, and I like to cross both of them. So
I think it's cool, like what Kelly's built. I don't know if you've ever, she does these psychic and paranormal expos all throughout the whole state of Iowa, and she's kind
I'm
of built
trying to
up
get
like
her to come to New Hampshire. Yeah.
But she's kind of built up like this family atmosphere, where, we all sit at a big table and eat dinner. Me and Chris Sutton going back and forth at each other. And I'm in doing for the past 2 years, I've been bugging him about his plastic tablecloths that he always uses, right? But
Yes.
I'm in doing a panel with Kelly and everybody else this weekend, and Brandy Green and whatever, and Pat this past weekend. I come
saw
out,
that.
there's my
That was good.
tablecloths wrapped up in plastic, and it's been...
That was hilarious.
What do you call it? Suttonized or coyote-sized
Yeah.
or something like that?
Something like that. I think.
He just,
Yeah.
so now I have to get him, and I'll think of something good.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll
There's
get
got to
him.
be something we can do. Well, Dan, for anybody who wouldn't potentially know who you are or what you do, Who are you? What do you do?
I'm Darren Buss's nephew, is who I really am.
Are you? When did that happen?
That's that happened right now.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Yeah. No, but I'm a paranormal investigator, just like everybody else probably that's interested in the paranormal. Grew up in a haunted house, and explored the paranormal. Really took it a step further 4 or 5 years ago, and purchased infamous Hinsdale house in Hinsdale, New York. And we've basically the whole time been renovating it and just learning about it and continuing to learn about it. And, in the meantime, been going across the country talking about it, doing filmings. I do a show with the Ghost Finders. I do my own show on Biddy Space called Within These Walls. And, just been having a really fun time with all my paranormal peeps. And just learning from everybody, too, because it's really cool. The coolest thing about being able to go across the country and meet new people and investigate with people is what I learn. And it's sometimes I'm put on a pedestal at these things, and they're like, "Oh, go investigate with Dan Klaes," and it's like I'm learning just as much from them as they are, Yeah. So I mean, it's cool for me, and I feel blessed to be able to even do that. To be able to go to all these different locations and meet people and hang out with them and learn and just become friends. And that's what it's all about, in my opinion. It's just furthering paranormal research. And pushing the bar.
That's all we can do.
Yep.
I'm trying to let Kelly get her questions out before she leaves. So, Kelly,
my God.
Oh, I'm just hanging out.
I can't even imagine what question she has for me.
Yeah, she's dumbfounded. Like she's like in awe.
She's starstruck.
She's
I am starstruck.
Starstruck. There we go. Yeah, she's like, oh my God, it's Dan the man.
It is. I get starstruck every time I'm around him. Speechless. I forget to take pictures. It's just embarrassing.
I took pictures this past week, so that's good.
I saw
you
that.
did. I think actually I did too for once. But just for everybody who's here and that I may have to jump off here, I'm adulting this evening, and I'm in the car driving to rescue one of my children who is having yet another car problem. So
not
if you hear odd noises, that's why. Yeah, he's had this horrible string of luck, but. So anyways, if you hear noises and or if I drop off, that's why. But so for those who aren't familiar with Hinsdale, what makes it famous? What kind of things have gone on there that you know of?
Well, I mean, I guess it became famous in the media in the Northeast back in the 1970s when a family moved into the house in 1970, the Dandy family. They immediately started having poltergeist-like activity and all these weird occurrences happening on the property. To the point where they got a priest to come in, a psychic to come in, which, back then was very taboo, that was pre-Exorcist movie. And they did a mass there, tried to help the family, and then ended up getting a sanctioned structural exorcism from the Vatican approved to come in and do this exorcism of the house. And they performed this exorcism, and it didn't work. And basically, this priest's advice to the family was to leave, and they actually ended up hightailing it out to the West Coast. They moved to San Jose and then settled in Oregon. And there are some on the East Coast still, and 2 of them have passed away. And it's sad because Clara, she feels like the house came back and got her kids. Like that they never stopped.
Wow.
And she was just I got to meet her a few months ago, and just to actually hear from her voice how much torment that they had, and she loved meeting me, but she loves the house, but she hates the house. It's a love-hate relationship, and
right.
I can't say that what she experienced isn't still experiencing in the house. Like there's still things that are like some of the things she talked about in her book are still happening. I just think that we as a society are a lot more in tune with it now than what they were back in the 1970s, and something that may be considered scary or demonic back then may be classified something a little bit different now, with all the knowledge that we have.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
So that's basically what the Hinsdale house its most popular story. I mean, and then there's a lot of folklore and a lot of legends of the place as well, which really help boost it. Like it's been on TV quite a few times. America's Most Terrifying Locations, Paranormal Lockdown, A Haunting, and there's going to be a movie coming out on it too. So it's got people's attention. It's got people's attention.
I'll be there soon. I'm trying.
I mean, it's not that far of a flight. Just scoot over to Boston.
I don't fly.
And you're there.
I don't fly. I gotta drive.
All right. Well, 6-hour drive, 7-hour drive.
Yeah.
Kelly, how long did you drive there, Kelly, without getting a ticket? How long did you drive there?
Hey, we goodbye.
Oh, she's breaking up.
It was.
Like
Trying to
11
remember
hours.
how many hours. Yeah, I was going to say, I want to say it was 11, 12 hours, something like that. 12. I think it was
12 hours on her way there because she got pulled over, and then 11 hours on the way home.
Well, and I forgot to tell them that it was Dan Klaes out of the ticket, unfortunately. But
She would have mentioned that if she would have said, I'm on my way to the Hinsdale house, they might have let her go.
Yeah, well, but I forgot to ask them, do you know who I am? So...
Yeah, you could have tried that too. I mean, try anything.
I could have tried it.
Do you know who my friend is? Do you know who I'm going to see? It's Dan Klaes. You do not want to give me this ticket. I can see it.
That's right.
It is. The bob of the head,
man.
the point of the finger, I can see her. She would.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Totally. I would have done it. I don't think it would have helped, but that's okay.
You
this cop was not amused with me, but that's a whole nother story. So.
Yeah, well... I've been out with you, I know.
Hey now, I am an angel. I was framed.
Anyways, next question.
Wow, everybody's speechless. I'm a little offended by the silence that just came from that.
Wow.
It was your phone. It's cut out again.
Yeah, what?
Oh, is that what it was?
We can't
okay.
hear.
Yeah.
What?
Uh-huh.
Angel, huh? Do you have any
All
more
I heard,
questions?
it sounded like a robot. I don't know.
Yeah, it did. Me too. So it sounded like she said angel, but I know Kelly would never call herself an angel, so I got confused.
Right.
Yeah, you guys are smart asses.
Oh, I know. And she thought she was joining us for a roast on Dan.
That would have been more fun.
She can try, but she knows I just take it and smile, so that's fine.
Yeah,
It's hard to roast me.
Yeah. Let's see. All right, Kelly, any more questions in case we lose you here soon because you're starting to break up?
Not right at the moment. I'm going to mute myself for a little bit, so I'm still here and I'll tune in now and then.
All right, so I'll start my integration. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Interrogation.
Interrogation.
You're going to interrogate him?
Yeah, I am. No, I'm kidding. So... Anybody that listens to the show knows this is a fun show, and I just want people to know the personality behind the investigator, behind the owner, and Dan is one of the best examples of this because he is who he is online. That's who he is in person. So this is a great example of what my show is supposed to be. He's just fun, and he can dish it out as much as he can take it.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to live.
I do too. So, some people get confused. They're like, I listened to your show and I don't know what happened, but, I'm like, So, all right.
Yep.
Let's start with the 5 famous questions that I always ask, so I narrow them down. I just answer them real quick. However... I lie to guests, say there's no right or wrong answer.
All right.
There's totally right or wrong answer, so.
Yeah, whatever. But we'll see. And
my answer to all of them is Zach Baggins. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, what? Sorry.
How did he know that we were going to ask who's the biggest douchebag? Oh, wait.
Yeah. Oh. I didn't say that. So just for the record...
I'm only half paying attention. I must have. Sorry. Oops.
Yeah.
Was I not muted? Oh, damn. Sorry.
I like this. I like how Kelly just pops in, puts her 2 cents in, and then it's silence again.
She's like,
yep.
I'm gonna mute for a minute. What? Douchebaggins? What? All right. Ready, Dan?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Investigator or ghost hunter?
Investigator, me.
Right.
Ghost hunter if I'm doing an event.
You see? I agree. Data or evidence?
Data for me. Evidence if I'm doing a ghost hunt.
All right. See?
With the public, you know.
Yep. Provoking or no way?
That's not me.
Yep.
I don't do that.
All right. Residential or commercial?
Both.
Yeah, see? Orb or just dust?
99.9% just dust.
See, we agree.
Every now and then you can find, something weird, but
yeah,
that's very, very rare.
See, it's not, the 5 questions aren't that hard. We do have a new one, though, from Uncle Darren.
Yeah?
And
Uncle. Hey, what's up, Unc?
Yeah, I've been asking this, even if he's not in chat, I make sure I ask his question every time. Because it's an awesome question, and depending on who the guest is. If there's one object in the whole world you would never want haunted, what would it be?
One object?
Yes. Something
God,
that...
probably like my
nightmare.
car or something, right?
Oh,
I'd hate to drive and have my car, coming at me when I'm trying to, turn left or something.
Well, yeah.
I'd say, my public safety... Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. Some
Maybe.
people have said toilets. Southern gypsies
crap.
went a whole nother way.
Oh, crap. Oh, I can't even imagine.
Yeah, so, it's all... But, so now I make sure I add that. That's my 6th.
I'm just thinking of my safety from point A to point B,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I agree. Yeah. It's hard. All right, so now we have some questions in chat that I got to get back to. Because, and I will do shout-outs, guys. I didn't do them in the beginning. Only because Kelly had a short amount of time to be on the show tonight. So I skipped him. I'll do them at the end. So thank you, guys. That question was for me, and I'm not going to answer it.
The what?
Yeah, never mind. Question.
Okay.
Yeah. Hold on.
All right. I'm holding.
Yeah, we need the Jeopardy song because I don't understand that.
What did they say? Dun, 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 dun. Ooh, are they monkey?
I'm going to read it
or?
exactly how it said, and maybe you'll understand it.
Sure.
Maybe I spaced out and missed something. The question is, would you want to do another exorcism on the house since it didn't work in the 70s? Maybe now it might work with different strategies. There we go.
I think ultimately, I do want to try to help the spirits there if they want to be helped. I know that there's been several attempts since before I acquired it, to try and clear the place, which did not work. But with all the data and all the information that we are incurring here, with teams coming in and all the hard data that we're getting, and looking for, my thing is I think that it's going to take more than just a priest. I think it's going to take more than just a layperson to come in and perform exorcism. I think it's multi-leveled, and it's gonna take many light workers of different faiths to come in and maybe clear it all at once. But until we know exactly what we need to do to continue to try to clear something that can't be cleared, it just would anger it. So until we know exactly what we're going to try, what strategy we're going to have, we kind of keep it at that and try to be as peaceful with it as possible.
I've never been there yet. I'm working on it, let me tell you. It's at the
Curiosity
top of my list.
question. I mean...
Oh, she's back.
Yeah, I'm still here and I'm listening half-assed. But, so in your opinion, I mean, I know there's no way for us to know for sure, but in your opinion, what do you think is there? Do you think it's still something evil, or do you think it's just spirits with attitude, or... I mean, I know that's a hard question to answer, but I guess I've never really asked.
I mean, I don't think it's pure evil. You know, like I've been in demonic cases before, and the Hinsdale house is definitely not demonic in my opinion, but there's definitely a heavy hitting spirit there that
go ahead.
Screws
Sorry.
with people. I even say it. I can say this. That fucks with people. That when they're there, and it's affected many investigators there that haven't stayed grounded. You know.
Yeah, there's most definitely something there. I will agree with that wholeheartedly. I just and you know, the night I was not, we didn't get to investigate. Yeah, I don't know. It's different.
Yeah, and I think that the house being built on maybe sacred land. You know, we've found arrowheads in the ground, and again, I by saying this, I don't want to pinpoint Native Americans as being an issue with the land. Are they a piece of it? Absolutely, and we have to take that into consideration when we are trying to clear or exercise or whatever you want to call it the property. You know, it's not just the house. The house sits on the land, and the land itself. We need to find some type of peace with it, and which we're trying to do.
If it's not demonic. And this is just what people believe and don't believe, so there's no right or wrong answer. Even though I know I'm funny, but I'm not being funny this time. If it's not demonic and it's not evil, do we have the right to remove it? Like,
no, and I don't think I think that when you're doing something like that, you give the entity the choice whether it wants to move on or not. I mean, it's not something that we force upon anything, and I think that's part of the reason some of the things that are still there, and you have to try to figure out what they need and what we can do for them in order to respect them and maybe help them to move on. You know, I mean, it's a lot, but it's definitely you know, it's messed with a lot of people. You know, it messed with Nick when he was there, when he did Paranormal Lockdown, and he lived there for 4 days. It messed with my friend Ed, who helps me at the house quite often doing tours and stuff, and to the point where he blacked out and couldn't even remember what was going on. I know there's been other people it's affected as well. So it's very important, you know, to when you're coming in, it's not to treat it as it is. I mean, there's a lot of positive communication there as well. Like you're getting communications with possible past family members that lived in the house, or possibility of a death of a child that was on the property. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot there to try to deal with and try to pick up on. That is positive. That is helping us with the research of the location on the land and the property. So it's not always just this heavy hitter that comes out, but when it does, you can feel it. You can definitely feel a difference in the atmosphere and the vibrations of the building when you're in there, and it just gets really heavy. So,
yeah. Let's see. We have.
I usually recommend for people to when they start feeling that, to step outside.
Step outside, away from the boundaries.
Away from it, and let it move on, maybe for a half hour, then come back.
Yeah.
Cause it's you know, I can't give it the light of day. So.
Do you have I've never heard this question asked to you. I don't hear everything you do, obviously. I don't stalk you, so I don't hear everything. But do you have ground rules for...
I do.
Yeah, Kelly stalks you, but do you have ground rules for how the spirits are treated at the Hinsdale house?
Yeah, I mean, I just treat them like you would treat your family. You know, like it's not a place where I want people coming in and acting like assholes. Yeah. And for the most part, I mean, you're going to get a group every now and then that, you know, watches Zach Baggins and thinks that they can come in and get responses that way. But I find that the groups that are more respectful, and which is probably like 95% of the teams that have been there, are getting better responses and better results. And that's, you know, I can't stop people from, you know, kind of disobeying or disrespecting but I can make sure that they don't ever come back.
Exactly.
You know, and it's and I can keep an eye on it too, so I know what's going on there. I have cameras there now, and
you have all your static cams and your.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've seen them.
Yeah.
I've quietly seen them. I'm one of those quiet watchers. So.
Yeah.
I I swear, and some people think that's disrespectful. You know, I have a mouth. I'm from Massachusetts. I have a mouth like a sailor, but I'm not disrespectful to people or spirits. I think there's a difference. But
Yeah.
I
mean, if they're human entities, human spirits, and you treat them like a piece of trash, they're going to treat you like a piece of trash back, or they're going to say "F you" and walk off.
If you're an asshole, if you're an asshole in life, you're going to be an asshole in death. If you are
you can change that though too.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
you might be
that's
able
what
to
I was
change
gonna
that
say.
perspective.
If you are dead and somebody treats you like crap, you're going to come back with as much force as they give you. So, you know, don't dish it out if you can't take it. That's
True that.
Yep. Uncle Darren wants to know how many spirits are there in the house?
2.
No, 2.
No, I have no idea. I mean, it's been an influx of different entities. There's probably like 3 or 4 that I can put a name on.
And
I think I can put a name on.
Right.
And some come and go. That's why it's important for me to have a lot of different teams coming there and investigating there, because it's the cool thing about it is they'll come in and maybe get something that I didn't, you know. And we had a team there that got the name Mike all this after Mike Dandy died, and it clearly said Mike, and they were right outside Mike's room doing an EVP session, and I'm like, why would he come back to this house? And actually, that was always on my mind after they got that piece of evidence. And I remember asking Clara when I met her, I'm like, why would Mike go back to that house? And she goes, I know why he'd go back, but I'm not done to talk about it. I'm like, okay, you know. So it's kind of like she gave validation that he would go back there. I mean, you know, and part of the lot too. We think we're the Laura who died also has shown up there. You know, a lot of synchronicities with what in her lifetime, what she loved, experiments that we've done that think that all fingers are pointing to that being her. You know what I mean? And like for instance, like one of the experiments, if you're familiar with Carissa Hartley, Bill Hartley's wife, she came in and she did some research, and she stayed at the house for a few days. And one of the big things that you read about in Clara's book is that her daughter Laura loved every night would like to have that Vicks vapor rubbed on her chest. You know what I mean? That minty stuff.
Yeah.
So Carissa, she got a bottle of that, and I've never even thought about this. And she placed it on Laura's bed, went out for dinner, and came back. And when she came back, there was a fingerprint inside of the vapor rub. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? This actual fingerprint inside the vapor rub. I'm like, and then we've caught pictures, you know, very full-bodied apparitions of a girl in a white dress on the stairs right by Laura's room. And looking at pictures of Laura and looking at these pictures, it's like really compelling to me. You know, like I believe, but why would she come back to this place that tormented her? Or you know, it's just doesn't make sense to me. But
you make me cry, and I don't even know why.
Well, suck it up, Buttercup.
That's what I'm doing.
We're
gonna move on here.
I think part of the thing that's hard to answer to for Hinsdale House, at least from the time I was out there, when you ask how many spirits are there, is, are you talking about in the house itself? Or are you talking about the house and the land? Or are you talking about the land that's around it? Because there's so many different layers of hauntings that are there that, you know, if you look at just the house, there may be this many. But if you look at the land, there's this many. So it's, I don't know, it's a neat place.
And then the ones that come and go. The
right.
Transient ones. From what I've heard, I've never been there, sorry.
Yeah.
We'll let you slide.
Oh, yeah, I know. I'm telling you, I'm working on it. Dan.
Cool. I'd be good to have you there.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'm gonna work it out so I'm there at the same time as Kelly. The double trouble.
There you go. Yeah.
Just don't take us out drinking after, because Mama Pat grounded us.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, last time we got grounded, so.
Hey, we earned every day of that grounding.
We did. Oh, yeah. Uncle Darren wants to know, if you had the chance to buy another haunted location, what would it be?
I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I guess it wouldn't have to be one that's already being run or purchased. I think that with the business plan that we had for this location, it seemed to work as far as being able to help and renovate the location. So I guess it would be a location that's going to be torn down or a possibility of us not being able to go there. Yeah, it would be a place that we could save and attempt to save it.
That's
as opposed
awesome
to seeing
answer.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't, because there's spirits all around us. I mean, no matter what.
I believe that.
So it could be the building next door, it could be the building down the street, but if it has some significance or historical value to it, with stories to it, I hate losing those stories and I hate losing the history.
Even with no ghosts, historical buildings are still worth saving, in my opinion.
Architecture.
History. Period.
History.
I do. I'm trying to keep up on chat. They're just talking so fast. I don't know if you can see it, Dan, but.
Oh yeah, they're going quick.
I asked that one.
So tell us, while she's looking for other questions, tell us about some of the shows that you've been on. What are you working on right now?
Before I answer that, I'm just going to let you know that Mama Pat said that she didn't. Now that you're both grounded for not taking her out drinking.
She was with us. She is such a liar.
So there.
She was our chaperone, and she let us get all sorts of out of control.
She let us go.
So in reality, it was Mama Pat's fault.
Mama Pat, they calling you liar. They calling you a liar, Mama Pat.
Our plan was to go to 3 or 4 states. I can't remember which to drink. And she let us go to 2 or 3 and said no to the 4th one. Or a 3rd one. I can't remember which, but she put her foot down.
We were going to hit 3 of them. Yeah, we were going to drink in 3 states, and
there was
to be fair, after as many drinks as we enjoyed, I think we were all good stopping where we did.
Yeah.
We did. Yeah. We made 2 states out of the
We were getting the mama look towards the end of the night, though. You know that look, Dan.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Dude, I got the mama look in a video the other night that I wasn't even involved in. So, love you, Mama Pat. I do. I love Mama Pat. She's great.
I'm trying to get brownie points with Mama Pat here, trying to stick up for her. She
already loves you.
Yes.
Well, there can always be more love. Because I know ultimately she can take that hammer and smash it down, and I'd be like nothing. I'd be like, psh, Dan is gone. Dan is done. And that would be it.
That would suck. No more Dan?
Pat has
no.
Mama Pat, I'm telling you.
She does.
She has the power, though. You
don't want to mess with her.
No.
And if you guys want to check out Mama Pat, go to my TikTok. I did a TikTok with everybody this past weekend when we were out for dinner, and Mama Pat's on there doing the TikTok thing, doing her little dance.
I'm asking for a friend, Dan. Not me. Of course, not me. I'm asking for a friend. What the fuck is TikTok?
TikTok. All right, so TikTok is it's a streaming service that you. And I'll tell you what, the only reason I joined this thing is to piss my daughter off. It's something that these kids are doing. And it's funny because you go on, and if you're over a certain age, they're like adults on there, like it's all teenagers and stuff like that. And adults are starting to go in there and make their TikToks, and it's pissing everybody off. But it's basically, so you go in, and it's like a video editing thing, right? And you take videos, and you can automatically, and they're like 10 to 15 second little blurps of video, and you can edit them, and you can add music on and add effects and all this cool stuff, and just make these cool little videos. And then you put them out there, and people watch them. And I mean, Mike Ricksecker has like 10,000 followers on that thing.
I mean, my friend doesn't know what TikTok was. They kept hearing about it, and I have no clue.
So ultimately, I did it just to piss my teenager off, and now I got like 700 followers on there, and So I continue to make fun little videos, and it's not about like, oh, I'm doing a paranormal video or I'm doing. This is just you having fun with your friends and because they're only 10 or 15 second spots and making them look cool with music. So when we were out for dinner, I made everybody do like their little "I'm cool" hand signal, and I took little videos, like 2-second videos of everybody, and spliced them all together on there and put some music on it and some effects, and it's pretty cool. It's fun. It's something fun to do. I've done it at a couple of events. I did one up in Little Traverse Bay with a bunch of people like Andrea Perrin and Tim Shaw, and
I'll have to check it out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have enough trouble with what I got going on. But
I know.
I'll have to check it out.
But it's hot. TikTok is hot, man.
Yeah.
It's a hot new thing for people. So
as long as I can put other people's faces on it, not mine. Well,
you can.
Okay, kids, I'm probably going to have to go because things are getting a little heated here trying to get a tire off. So,
all right, hon.
Dan, I love you.
All right.
I'll
love you
talk
too.
to
Bye.
Soon, guys. Bye.
All right. Talk to you later.
Now, that's funny to think about. Like, did they not call AAA? Like, Kelly's going to help put a tire on? Like, I can't even picture this right now. Like,
I already asked for my one video of the week that I cannot discuss.
Uh-huh.
So, I can't ask for another video or else I would get one, but yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. We still have a bunch of questions in there, but I haven't even got to half mine. And we have like 10 minutes left of the show.
Wow.
I know, and it's been so long.
Maybe you need to start having longer shows. Or maybe you need to go every day of the week. I don't know.
You know what? I used to have 2-hour shows, and then this network came along, and now I run 6 shows a week.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know. Yeah. You're cool like that.
No, cool's not the right word to describe me. Trust me. I like to be that person in the background helping other people, and I'm good without my name mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes time, so.
Certainly does.
Let's see.
What goes around comes around. You just keep putting good out there. That's all you can do.
That's all I care about. If it doesn't come back around, I don't care. I like helping the people I help, and that's all I care about. So, all right.
Gotcha.
We have another question. We have
Sure.
tons of questions. There's no way I can get to them all tonight. Even if I didn't ask another question of my own, there's tons of them. But Uncle Darren again. With the one brother killing the other brother in the woods, do you think he's the haunting in the woods, or do you think something else is out there?
I know something else is out there. I don't necessarily. I think that we've caught the apparition of the shadow figure many times on the outside of the house. There's pictures of it up on the Facebook page and on the website. And then I know that we've had Jeff Fent. Jeff Fent has caught clear picture images of a creature that we can't explain what it is in the trees. The only explanation I've had so far from Chris Sutton is that it's a puckwudgie, which is a creature that protects Indian burial grounds, which makes sense to me. And he's come out to the house a couple times to do peace offerings to the land. And it seems like we've been able to safely push things back, so there's definitely more than meets the eye when you get into that forest, the haunted forest there.
So you mentioning forest brings me up to my own question. What is your biggest fear? Paranormal or non? Like, are you afraid of anything? I mean, everybody's afraid of something, but yeah, besides people, that's a given.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think. I think if you it's like life. If you handle things the right way, you're going to get positive results. And was I scared when I first started doing this? There's things that scared the shit out of me. But I think now I've evolved in a way where I try to put a positive spin on everything that I can to try to get positive results while you're investigating. So it's not. Are there times I'm freaked out? Are there times where I'm like, oh, this is creepy as fuck. Absolutely, but
no
I try to collect myself and look at what it could possibly be and move forward.
As a paranormal investigator, this is, since I've been a kid, my two biggest fears was always the dark in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 years later, I now find myself in the dark in the woods quite a bit. So it's been
I think that's a goal right there.
It is
what you just said. So when you do come to Hinsdale House, the goal is for you to put a hammock up and sleep in the woods and see what you can come up with.
That won't happen. But I will go out there. But to sleep.
We can put like one of those nets over you so the mosquitoes don't get you.
Yeah,
what do you say?
It's more people.
My God, we'll video you while we're doing this and put it out there just to kind of see how you react and what type of reactions happen. You'll be alone. We'll all be down at the house.
That's $1 million. You know what people would pay?
$1 million?
Yeah. Well, all right, $100.
Let's do it.
People would.
I got $100 for you if you do it.
People would pay to see that because they know that's my biggest fear. But I do it. I do the woods. I do the dark. It's just it takes
Mm-hmm.
But I do it. I've come a long way since I was 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Kim said she'd do it with you.
Oh, see, there we go. That's what I'm trying to. I think people from Iowa, Kim, Kelly, Mama Pat, Allison, Sarah Hyatt.
I mean, it's my second home too.
Yeah, they all need to meet me in New York at the Hinsdale house.
There you go.
That's what I think. I think that's almost halfway. Almost.
There you go.
So
I got Madison coming up to the Hinsdale house.
I know, in March.
Yeah.
I might. Oh.
Just taking the hike up there. That would be a good event.
Yeah.
To come to.
What is the event? Is it a private?
No, that's a public investigation that she's going to do. So we're going to sell 20 tickets.
All right.
And I'm going to be there, and she's going to be there, and we're going to split into 2 groups, and I'm going to let her do her thing with the groups and all that she's acquired and all the knowledge she's gained from hanging out with all these cool people like Johnny Hauser and Josh Hurd and all these cool people in the paranormal, Elizabeth Saint, and she's become her own. She's become her own person and her own entity, and I love her, and I love that she's young and doing this, and I can't wait to see what she comes up with, and I can't wait to see how she does there. And we'll be there to support her. I've always supported her. And
that's my mother. Mama Deb is my mom. Mama Pat is Kelly's mom. Mama Deb is my mom.
There you go.
Yeah, but is there more tickets to the Madison event?
Yeah, I just put them on sale yesterday at 5, so we still got a handful left.
All right, I'll try to find the link and I'll share it because that's awesome. If not, we need to somewhere down the road. I'm telling you, these Iowan people need to meet me halfway because I think I'm reincarnated from Iowa.
Mm-hmm. You want to know something funny? So I know how much time we have, but I'll say it really fast.
As much as you want. We're good.
Some of the stories from the house. One of the folklore stories is that there's 2 brothers that lived in this house that were killing and murdering, raping, pillaging people, that were coming through on the stagecoach trail, and then storing their bodies in the basement in the crawl space, and then after the winter thaw, taking them and burying them out on the hill, behind the house, right? Yeah. So never found that there were any brothers until a few years ago when Live Paranormal came in, and the researcher from Erie saw that I had some misspellings and whatnot in my research and helped correct it. So ended up giving me the actual correct timeline of the house, which was built in 1853. And in 1853, the Everett's brothers lived there. So there's 2 brothers that actually lived in the house. So I'm like, oh my God, so there are 2. There are 2 brothers, right? And then come to find, I don't want to pin these guys as murderers or anything like that because there's no evidence to actually say that they did that.
Yeah.
But
but coincidence,
one of the brothers ended up leaving and moving to Davenport, Iowa, and that's where he's buried right now. And I was just there, and I go there a lot, and it's like, damn, like, is this? It's like all these synchronicities, like with me, like who would have ever thought that I'd go to Iowa, let alone go there a lot, and then
You
have
are there
people
a
that
lot.
care about. Well, yeah, I mean, Kelly has a lot of good shows there.
They're awesome
And,
people in
and there's
Iowa.
a lot of good events there, and it's like a big family.
It is.
You got to know so many cool people, and I enjoy it. I enjoy.
Me too.
It's like a hotbed,
I can't agree with you more because
and people are very interested in it.
yes, that's my whole thing. They're accepting, and they're nice, and they're caring. It's like, wow,
Mhm.
this is not Massachusetts. I don't live in Massachusetts anymore.
I've
but-
heard that before. I've heard that there's some Massachusetts is not the best.
Yeah, I'm a masshole. I was born there. I'll always be a masshole, but yeah, it's rough. It really is.
Well, I go to the places. It's positive.
Me too.
Ohio, Michigan, California, Texas. I'm going to be going to Texas, but I mean Virginia. I don't know. I found nothing but unity and positiveness. Where I go. So, and that's all I look for. Am I going to go to the Dubuque Expo?
Yeah, I was just going to ask that. Yeah.
That's from my uncle, but I tried going this year. And the hardest thing about me getting to Iowa are the limited amount of flights in and out. And if something happens to one of the planes, I mean, even like leaving this Sunday, I had a 4-hour delay.
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens. And then the last time I went, my flight was completely canceled. And then a few times before that, I had to get flown into Wisconsin, get a car and drive in so I could be there for the show the next morning. And they ended up losing my bag, which I had half my merchandise in and all my clothes. And this is freezing out, and I only had flip-flops on, and had to go on a shopping spree on Delta that night. But everything works out, everything happens, and you make the best of it and move on. But getting to Iowa sometimes can be trying if you're not driving.
That's the other point. People don't realize how some of you, including you, make it look.
Oh, that was Ames.
You make it look so easy, but it isn't that easy. And there is delays. There is trouble. There is. Dan is where he is because he worked hard. It's not as easy as he makes it look, people. And I think sometimes.
No, it's a lot, and it's a lot of sacrifice.
It really is.
I have a family, and I have
How many?
4 kids.
I meant to ask you that, but we got a little sidetracked. How many kids do you have?
I have, well, if you consider my stepkids, I have 5 kids.
Of course I consider,
Yeah.
yes. So, 5 kids, and Colleen, is that your wife?
Right, that's my wife, yep.
Yeah.
And 4 of the kids are under 16, between 8 and 16.
See, that's, number one, that's hard. Especially if any of those teenagers are girls, God bless you.
Yep, I have one at a dance right now, as we speak.
I knew. Yeah, I know.
I've been bugging her.
I know, we talked about that, but I wasn't going to say that. It's not as easy, and people forget this, but some of you tend to make it look seamless and so easy and so graceful, and to the point where I think you need to tell people sometimes, I work hard at this, because you do. You work your ass off.
Well, if somebody ever questioned me, I would certainly tell them that. But for the most part, I think people can recognize what I've accomplished and what I've done. And it's funny because sometimes when people call me out, which doesn't happen too often, but when it does, I don't even have to stick up for myself because everybody will stick up for me.
Everybody else will, because that's how hardworking you are. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I have the voices out there. The Hinsdale House supporters and me supporters that support me, and they would put that person in their place quicker than I could even answer. So that's cool like that.
That tells you something right there. It really does. So, I want to make sure I didn't miss any questions. The hour went by so quick.
I know, it's like a snapping the finger. Boom, done.
It really is.
Go to my website, guys, if you want to know more, danielklaes.com.
No, we're getting it. Yeah, throw it all your social media. Go ahead.
Well, everything's connected to my website. So,
All right.
danielklaes.com, DANIELKLAES.com. You can connect with my social media, see where all my events are happening, any of the public investigations I'm doing, and at the Hinsdale House and across the country at different locations with some of my friends, and come and hang out. Come and check it out.
I will again. I don't know if I've ever shared the website, but I will share that tonight. But I do
Cool.
always
Thank
share
you.
where you're going to be.
I
Especially on
appreciate that.
Instagram. Instagram's where I'm big. That's what I do.
Me too. I didn't realize how big I was on there. How many people?
It's
a nice thing. Yeah.
It's a family. I love Instagram. It's my favorite thing. But the danclass.com, I will share that tonight. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. In the meantime, I'm going to give out some shout-outs. If I miss you guys, I'm sorry. And if you're listening in background, thank you. Or listening later, we really appreciate it. Of course,
All the replay listeners, shout out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they're big.
Let's give them a shout out first, yeah. The replayers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They are awesome. Let me tell you. We have Uncle Darren. We have Mama Pat.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll miss some because I can only scroll so far. But we have Kim. We have Deb. That's me. Let's see. I know we had Wolf in there.
Yeah, Wolf was in there.
Yeah.
Quite a few people that were in there.
There is, but it only lets
Fred.
me...
Don't forget Fred.
Yes,
Scheidenberger
Fred.
Jr. Yep, Fred.
Yes,
and then there was
awesome. Thank you for helping.
I forget.
Yeah,
I'm trying.
You're a co-host. There you go. Unfortunately, the thing only lets you go back so far. Josh was in there.
Mm-hmm.
Josh behaved.
Yeah, he came in and said his piece and left, huh?
Yeah, that was a switch. Kim, I think I said. So, again, if I missed anybody, I usually do it in the beginning at the end, but I wanted to let Kelly get her questions in. I said Wolf.
Mm-hmm. You did.
Uncle D, I did say Wolf. Of course, we appreciate Wolf. He's in every show.
I think Darren might have a new nickname now.
Yeah, it's Uncle D. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah. Whether he likes it or not. And
Sorry.
I found out tonight Uncle D does not have chicken legs.
Oh, wow. Hey, you're one of the few and privileged, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. So, I probably wasn't supposed to say that on air, but love you, Darren. So, all right. So, everybody, I will, as soon as I get off air, I will share Dan's website, but make sure you check him out, because I have a whole list of questions I didn't even get to. He's just so easy to talk to, and everybody had so many questions, and he's welcome back anytime. Cool. I can't believe it's taken this long to get you on this actual show.
Yeah, well, usually, it's hard because Fridays I'm on the road a lot, and
yeah.
For me to have a Friday off, you had to wait, and now it was funny because I was looking at my wife tonight, and I'm like, this is weird. Like, I'm home and we're not, like, we didn't go out to dinner. We ordered in. Yeah. I'm like, it's a rarity.
On the other network I used to be on, I call it season 2 of my show, but this is actually season 3. On the other network, that's what I was assigned, was Fridays, and people got used to it, so I kept it. But it is hard to get people, because that's when we do
especially in the paranormal. Yeah, yes. I mean, that's when the weekends are it.
Yeah. So, anytime I have people on, I so appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, to conquer paranormal guests on a Friday, that's a tough feast. So
it is, and I've had some great guests, including you.
Thank you.
You are welcome back anytime, and I will continue to share your stuff. And let me tell you, Kim Purvis and I are going to work on getting Iowa and New Hampshire to New York. That's our goal, right, Kim?
There you go.
That's going to be our goal, because it will be worth it if everybody can get there at the same time.
Yes.
Aw, Darren, we appreciate you. Darren's not a host, although he does have a spot on one of our shows here, but he is a hard worker, and he comes up with some great questions in every show he is in. He really thinks out his questions, and not only me, but all the other hosts appreciate it. And when Darren's missing from a show, they're like, uh-oh, there's no Darren, we have no questions. Now what do we do? So thank you, Uncle D. We appreciate you. All right, hold on one second. Guys, there is no show Friday.
Because you'll be all Black Friday'd out?
Well, my youngest daughter finally went to college this year. My youngest, she went to college. Not finally. That sounded horrible. My youngest daughter left for college, and she can't get back home till Friday. So I am spending Thanksgiving, instead of on that Thursday, we're doing it Friday and Saturday. So
That's
there's
okay.
no show. She's my youngest.
My family's doing it on a Sunday just because so we can have everybody there. And it's more important to have the family together than it is to.
Yep, I agree. So, she's a good kid. She's my baby, and it's worth waiting.
Absolutely.
So, and in December we have some great guests coming up. Don't ask me who because I forget. But I'm such a great host, huh?
Well,
I remember when I need to. So, and and Kim's saying she's gonna help make it happen. We're all gonna come to the Hinsdale house. There we go. So
there you go.
All right, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks. Thank you very much, Dan. Hold on one quick second.
All right.